We all know that we need to breathe to stay alive. However, I bet you haven't thought about how the tiny parts of our world stay alive. They all need to breathe and exchange gases, just like us. This here is the blue dasher dragonfly. It has a very unique way of intaking oxygen. The dragonfly usually consists of the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The abdomen of the dragonfly is typically separated into about 11 segments. Each one of these segments contains one pore known as a spiracle. These spiracles rely on diffusion, meaning oxygen molecules of a higher concentration travel to an area of a lower concentration. This spiracle is connected to a trachea. The trachea continues to travel inside the body and branches off into smaller tubes. Eventually these tubes become so small that they become tracheoles, which will deliver single cells of oxygen directly to the cell. This oxygen will allow the cell to keep moving and doing its jobs. This will in turn keep the dragonfly alive. Plants such as the bracken fern also need to continuously exchange gases in order to stay alive. Ferns have large, delicate leaves and no flowers. Unlike animals, plants take in carbon dioxide and let out oxygen. On the underside of this plant's leaves are small pores known as stomata. Next to these stomata are guard cells, which control the opening and closing of the stomata. As the stomata open, carbon dioxide is taken in and is used in a process known as photosynthesis. This is where light energy is captured and used to convert water, carbon dioxide and minerals into oxygen and energy-rich organic compounds. The oxygen and unwanted water is then let out again through the stomata. Osmosis is the movement of water through a semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis plays a vital function to the growth and stability of plant life. Without osmosis, photosynthesis would never occur and plants would wilt and die. During osmosis, the guard cells swell with water and the pressure triggers the stomata to open. Comparing the fern and the dragonfly, in reference to the surface area and volume ratio, it is obvious to see that the fern is the much more efficient system. The fern manages to top the dragonfly due to its multiple openings, hundreds of thousands, compared to the dragonfly's only 11 openings. The fern also relies on diffusion of carbon dioxide into the cell. The dragonfly, however, must deliver oxygen straight to the cell through the tracheoles. This means that more oxygen is able to be diffused into the cell in the fern. The last point is that the fern is able to control its opening and closing of its vital pores, thus controlling the amount of carbon dioxide that comes in. The dragonfly's pores continuously stay open. This all adds up to make the fern the most effective exchanger of gas.
It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, I divido.